Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. And today I got something a little bit different. I usually don't talk about stuff like this, but I think this is an important one to talk about because it's going to directly affect us. And that is the fact that the WCA is taking into consideration our input as the community on what events should or should not or could possibly be added as official WCA events. And today I would like to talk about my opinion on that and kind of get some feedback from you guys as well, because I'm also curious to know what you guys are thinking. Before we get too deep into this, please consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel, and we're trying to reach our goal of 500 subscribers as fast as we can. Anyways, let's get into this video. Now, here I have pulled 4 puzzles I think the WCA should consider, and I'm going to tell you guys why. First off, FTO. Obviously, this puzzle's been making waves in the community. Some people are getting really fast on it. We're getting some nice magnetic versions. We got the Diane. I have the Diane Sheng here. I haven't installed the anti-pop kit, but I do have it. I also don't know how to solve it, but there's been a lot I've seen all over the place reasons to add this puzzle to the WCA. I mean, it would be a fun one. I think that it would be cool to have it. I think a lot of people would be very happy, and I think we could get some pretty fast people too as well. I think it'd be interesting too, because it's a neat combination of puzzles. I mean, it's a combination of a Pyraminx and a 4x4 and whatnot, and I think that would be pretty interesting. And I think a lot of people would be really happy to see this become an official WCA event. So this is the obvious front runner. This is what everybody on the internet's talking about, and I would generally agree with everybody. But I also have 3 other things that I think they should add as well. That first being here is the Gigaminx. Now, this puzzle is the magnetic one. The non-magnetic ones are kind of garbage, which could be something that the manufacturers of cubes would have to maybe consider doing, is making more versions of magnetic Gigaminxes. But people are getting pretty fast at this puzzle too, especially now that there's a magnetic one. It's a fun puzzle. I think that with Megaminx, we're seeing times pretty close to sub 30. I mean, realistically, it's only a matter of time before we're getting, crazy times. And when do we reach the limit? And don't quote me on that. I'm not sure if the Megaminx record is sub 30. I don't think it is, but I also don't pay attention to Megaminx because I'm slow at it, so I couldn't tell you. But there's some really fast people at Megaminx. They're getting faster and faster, and they're destroying records, occasionally here and there. And so I think that maybe adding a higher order Megaminx wouldn't be such a bad thing. I mean, there are people who can solve this really, really fast. I think some people would probably be willing to get faster at something like this and maybe invest in a nicer one if they don't have one of these ones yet. And to manufacturers, if it's a real event that's get added to WCA, I'm sure more would come out. And so that is, yeah, I think they should definitely add this. Now, my next 2, these ones are probably what I would think be least likely, but I would love to see it. So as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of big cubes. I love 5, 6, and 7. I also think they should add 8 and 9. And here's why. Because you're going to think, okay, well, there's not enough fast people at 6 and 7 at the local level. You're never going to see these at local comps. And that might be true, unless you have a big cube specific comp. But the thing is, I think, is the times that we're starting to see on 6x6 and 7x7 are so absolutely insane that they could use a bigger challenge, and there's big cube enthusiasts like me that would absolutely most positively love this. But because it wouldn't be as widespread as probably these 2 puzzles, I could see these ones definitely not making it, but I'd like to make a case that they should. I mean, we've seen, Max Park and some of them, and Kevin and others solve these puzzles rather quickly. And now we're getting magnetic versions of these cubes. We have a magnetic 8 out. We have 2 magnetic 9s out now. The hardware for these puzzles is getting better, allowing people to solve faster. And for that, and you know what? The prices aren't that bad either, because the Diane Sheng magnetic 8 and 9 are always on sale on Speedcube Shop for almost 50 bucks, which is really good. I mean, some 3x3s cost more than that. So, these puzzles are becoming a lot more accessible and in their magnetic forms as well. So I think that it's reasonable to maybe consider these to be WCA events as well. and maybe that's considered a hot take because I don't hear a lot of people talking about 8 and 9 as possible WCA events, but I do think that it's something that could be seen, especially, again, like I said, at the higher level. These people who are solving big cubes at the higher level, they're so fast. They're so fast. And so they would be able to pull this off. I don't know if they'd be able to pull it off at they definitely wouldn't be able to pull it off at the local level, but at, you know, maybe at like state championship level, regional championship level, and worlds level, I think that it's possible. I think it's very possible. I mean, even if they did, like, say they did like a best of one format, you know, it's like, sure, but you know, they're a thing now. That'd be cool. I mean, like, even Gigaminx, I think, would be a you know, a best of 3. I think it'd be a mean of 3 format. This would be an average of 5 probably, but like, yeah, you could do like a best of 1 for these, or you could keep it the mean of 3. Who knows? But yeah, I think that these would be it'd be interesting to see how they implemented it if they did make them events. But realistically, I think they should just add all 4. Although we're not close to the limits on too many events, I think that the limits by the pro cubers are being pushed. They're being pushed hard. And I think that sometimes that might discourage some people from trying to get to that level. But, you know, sometimes adding something new reignites a community and makes it stronger. I mean, look at clock. When they changed the regulation for clock on the pin adjustment, everybody came out of the woodwork learning clock and getting good at clock and getting fast at clock. And records have been being shattered in clock repeatedly over and over. And I think that maybe adding, like, even these 4 events, even if they're not super common, well, FTO would be, if the other 3 not so much, you know, if they weren't super common but they were out there and people got to do them and there was a reason for people to get fast at them, I think that could reignite some passion and some flames under some people, because it's something new to get good at. It's something fun. You know, FTO and Gigaminx probably fun. I mean, yeah, these are just big cubes, but it's new, it's fun, it's exciting, and I think that adding more than 1 new event for sure is important. So if I had to rank them, I would go FTO, Gigaminx, 8, and 9. I think that's the order that I would add them in. But I realistically, like I said, I think they should add all of these. I don't see anything wrong with that. But like, if I had to pick 2, it'd be these 2. I would definitely add these 2. These 2 would be events that I think a lot of people would participate in. And if they did 4, I would say these ones. And that's why. So, you know, again, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What is your take on this? Which events do you want to see put in? Which events don't you want to see put in, and why? And I will try to respond to as many of you guys as I can. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.